Alrighty, I'm about to show you probably one of the most brain dead ways that you can make insane amount of SLs inside Ground RB using a plane that you may have bought. Now, you can do this strat with basically any aircraft that can take out enemy aircraft, and you might even make more SL playing lower tier. However, if you're bad at the game, or let's just say you bought your way to top tier with an F4S or something, or with a MiG23ml, this still works. Basically, we're going to be using an AA order in the game while using one of these severely under-tiered planes to dish out some major damage on the enemy aircraft. Things like the F4S, insanely powerful. The Sparrows with the pulse Doppler, crazy strong. Especially because it's a whole battle rating lower. It should be 12.0, but in Tank RB it's actually 11.0. So you are seeing planes that basically can't do anything. Let's get straight in there before we actually might. I got a windbreaker wager as well that I kind of wish I could get rid of, but I'm kind of stuck with it since the last video. Windbreaker only works if you get 5 targets destroyed in the air. Unfortunately, in top tier it doesn't work out too well because usually you don't have many people at all. You'd be lucky to get 3 planes because people just leave after dying once or twice, but that doesn't matter because really you only need to get 1 or 2 kills in order to reap something like 100 to 200,000 silver lions in one game. I would recommend having a light tanks in your lineup so you can get that that scouting bonus. I'm gonna use the Lavad because I love it so much, but yeah, generally speaking, something like the the striker or whatever, it works just fine. For Russia, they've got plenty of light tanks that you can use. I think it's the 2S25 or something like that. Yeah, there's just plenty. Generally speaking, though, all you're doing in this game, you're not trying to get a million kills. That's generally what if you're trying to research, you try and get as many kills as you can. But in this one, you're just trying to get silver lions in a really brain dead method, and it's really easy to get air kills while using the F4S and the MiG23ml. And there's a few other planes that can do it too, but just generally speaking, any like high tier premium that is really good at taking out aircraft, that's the way to go. Usually you'll have enough spawn points after just capping a point, maybe even getting a couple of, like an assist or 2.
Target destroyed.
That red camp wagon tried to do a funny. Oh no, wrong button. I don't know if you heard me clicking the middle mouse button to shoot my rockets then, but it's actually not my middle mouse rocket, but it's the it's like mouse 4. The controls keep. Oh, my controls. Ooh. That's alright. I won't start the. Ooh. And we just hit a mountain just then. Yeah, I really hate that there's clouds. That really actually just destroyed my booster by just running into the clouds, running into the mountain because there's clouds in the spawn. That's really annoying. Okay. The M7F's loaded up. Generally speaking, you don't want to be, if you're going to be using the pulse Doppler, you don't want to be coming in from the sides, from the flanks too much. You also want to be careful. You want to be careful that you don't end up getting popped by enemy anti-air. So if you're going to be coming in from the side, you want to make sure that you're not using your head-on radar, which is your pulse Doppler. And also you want to not pop your AA order until you're about to actually get a frag. Now, because of the way this map is, unfortunately, because of the way this map is, you're going to be. This is really annoying because the clouds, I can't actually see if someone spawns. Right. I'm to rely a lot on my radar. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. He did kind of come out of nowhere because of the clouds, but that's okay. Just making sure that you pop the anti-air order before you get the kill. It's very, very lucky that I managed to do that so quickly. It's only because I actually know exactly where the AA order is and the anti-mech order is. Yeah, I did not see him whatsoever. Very lucky. And didn't even have the pulse Doppler on either, so... One annoying thing is whether you're using search radar or pulse Doppler, you struggle to find targets. You struggle to find targets in clouds. Yeah, worst case scenario is if the enemy don't spawn any aircraft and your team does spawn aircraft and your team just gets themselves killed. That is probably worst case scenario right there. It does happen. It's really annoying when it happens. As you see, this is pretty brain dead. I'm just kind of flying around trying to intercept the enemy from coming over this mountain. Checking for drones. Drones also count as target kills, well, by the way. Checking for helicopters. Checking my RWR so I'm not, make sure there's no one behind me. I just got a ping from my left, I think. Yeah, very unfortunate. There's no helicopters spawning either. This is like one of the... this is going to be probably one of the worst examples of this. Because the enemy are just not spawning any helicopters and not spawning any planes. As you can see, most people have left after dying once or twice. One of the reasons I hate playing top tier. I mean, it's also one of the reasons why it's a brain dead game mode, right? Because everyone is just leaving after dying once or twice. It's very brain dead. I think that was a missile that was after me or one. I'm not used to missiles looking like that though. Yeah, we have a friendly drone up, which is one of the worst. This is actually really annoying because of that friendly. What was this guy's name? Bloody femboy. He is up, so he could get, if he gets that drone kill, we're gonna lose out on this wager, which is gonna suck because yeah, we're gonna lose out on this wager just because there's been no one spawning in any aircraft. If we're lucky, the 30 seconds will be up and the drone won't end up hurting himself. But yeah, that's going to be a really depressing result if I only get one target kill, which seems to be the case, which would be even more depressing if the MQ-1 gets itself knocked out. Wow. That's a really depressing result. Actually, no, it looks like the femboy guy has left. Right. Well, this is going to be probably this is literally the minimum result that you can expect. Minimum result you can expect, and I just got 90,000. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that is very crazy that even with a minimum result, like absolute minimum result, I still got 90 cafe. Somehow, that's I actually was expecting less. I guess that shows you just how crazy the strategy is, though. That even in the absolute worst case scenario, you get really unlucky. Literally no helicopters or planes spawn. The entire enemy team leaves after dying once. And you just pop that AA order before you get that one singular spawning, aircraft, and you'll still manage to get yourself a decent paycheck. It's not bad at all. I was kind of upset about that, but I'm not upset anymore. I'm not upset anymore because I basically just brain deadedly flew around for however long I could have, if I wasn't recording, I could have been on my phone watching YouTube Shorts. I still probably could have made that. Not bad at all. Obviously, it nukes my stats. And that McCarver's doing quite well for himself. I like it. Yeah, for research, this is not the best strat. You won't get too many. You won't get too many frags, and yeah, when it comes to researching, you definitely want to be focusing on getting kills. In which case, you should be. Damn, I could have swore I shot, but unfortunately, it's probably because of my 200 ping. It's actually it's behaving itself. The latency is behaving itself, considering I'm on a hotspot internet. With any luck, I will have a semi-permanent setup soon, so I'll be able to show off things a little bit better, but we'll see. Yeah, this is no place. Yeah, no one in our team has a single air kill except for me, so yeah, the enemy team just did not spawn any planes. I think I might just skip to the end result then. I feel like there's not much point in me keeping you guys here. Actually, I do see something. It's a drone. It's a drone. I'm absolutely horrible at shooting those drones down. I unfortunately don't think taking out those recon drones give you that much. I don't think they give you that count as AA kills. So if you are thinking to get an extra kill for your AA, don't even bother shooting at the drones. They don't help you out for the AA order. I think the tool might be shooting. Is the tool shooting at someone? Well, who knows? Yeah, so for the absolute worst minimum result, completely ignore the wager. That's not bad. That's not bad. Without the boosters, probably would have been 100,000 without the booster. But considering I only got one kill and it gave me 100,000 silver lions, that's not bad at all. It is really strong, the AA order. Because it triples all the modifiers, including boosters. So if you're not using a booster, you can still go ahead and if you got something like 3 air kills, which is kind of what you usually can expect doing this strat, getting 3 kills can net you 200k without using boosters. With using boosters, you can expect something like 600, 800k. And even better, if you get a good game, you're using boosters, you can see well over 1 million silver lions in one game. It's definitely one of the best and easiest strats to do, and you don't really need any skill to do it. I made a video earlier about doing Windbreaker, and Windbreaker needs a little bit of skill because you need to play lower tiers, and you need to actually dogfight and hit your shots. But you don't need to hit your shots with F4S. You just click a couple buttons that send your missile off. So anyway, guys. Hope to see you guys later. Subscribe!